Good evening,
Frame
Jason.
13.
Welcome back, everyone, for the final session of the final. No one could pick a winner. No one was going to stick their neck out, and you can't blame them, because how do you separate these two players the way they've played throughout this year's Betway UK Championship? Still in the 90s with their pot success rate. And long pot success, 74%, still very good. And there's a cracking long pot to start this frame.
One.
I wonder if we'll see the same pattern to tonight's play as we've seen this afternoon. The second 4 frames this afternoon was a lot more fluent, century breaks. The start of the first 4 frames were very scrappy, and it's been the same tonight, really. I'm waiting for one of these players to sort of go through the gears and try and put their mark on this final.
Which is now the best of 7. First to 10 will lift the trophy.
6.
And it's a pretty good chance. There's still 4 reds available. Olivier Martel has had a few awkward pinks to respot in this match. This one's not too bad, but he had a couple where he had to get the pink right in the middle of them, and he had to remove a ball using his ball marker. This is
12.
a little
Thank you.
more straightforward. It's not a straightforward shot, this, with the angle he has on the red. If it was straight, he'd just drop it in and get on the black, but here's a stat for you I've just been informed. That's the first time that Neil Robertson has used the rest.
13.
Wasn't a bad shot for his first one, was it? What a result. Great chance to score heavily. Throughout this championship, these are the sort of opportunities that Neil Robertson has taken advantage of.
90.
Devastating when he's got in amongst the balls with chances to win frames in one visit.
$20. $27. $28.
Well, he potted that on
35.
the left side of the pockets. He looked at it. I thought for a second he'd actually missed the black, and that's why he's lost position. He played for the red closest to the black. But because he's potted the black thin here, look at it, just goes in off that right knuckle. That widened the angle of the cue ball. If he potted the black in the middle of the pocket, he'd have been perfect on the red. That's the fractions you're dealing with cue ball control with these great players.
Yeah, Robertson, 35.
And he'd got quite a bit to do with the cue ball there to get onto the black, and it wasn't a straightforward pot, but he was concentrating probably more on the white than the pot there. I often see Neil shake his head.
One. Five.
He just spotted something on the cue there, and if it was just a little mark you would notice it.
Six. Thirteen.
Yeah, it's something that's distracting him as you look down the cue. There's a slight little mark that he's just trying to remove there because it's putting him off.
Fourteen.
Blue would be
21.
better to go into the reds from. They're not too bad if he plays on the black. Yeah, he was straight there, so
22.
it's all about this shot. And it's a shot really, he'd be better off maybe missing the pink and just catching the red to the right. But he'd be unlucky not to finish on something. He plays this type of shot so well.
$29. $30.
It's going to need both of these awkward reds. He's going to win
36.
the frame at this visit.
$37.
And those reds, as Stephen mentioned, both the wrong side of the table for a left-hander. Well, that's a lapse in concentrate. If he's got away with this, he's very fortunate.
Shot 37.
If he snookered Neil on that red, and I don't think he has, but wow. How often did you see that? once in the blue moon, and this time it's Judd who's shaking his head.
One.
I bet both of these players are actually in shock about how this final's gone today, because especially Neil, but they're both playing so well to get to the final. And okay, there's been 3 centuries today, but the general standard, I suppose we expect so much, but it's not been what I expected between these two for this final today. Lots of frames, won in bits and pieces.
Yeah, sometimes if you try a bit too hard, it can affect you. They're both just wanting to get their name on the trophy again.
There's a nice pot. I also think they've got so much respect for each other as players and competitors that you know how
8.
much this final means to both of them. There's still time though. It's only 6 each. There's still time for this match to catch fire. I was kind of expecting like a basketball game, Dennis. I just thought it was going to be
9.
break for break for break from both players, end-to-end stuff.
It's enthralling stuff though, it makes for great viewing. They've probably made more mistakes in the final than they did in their 2 previous matches. But it all adds to the excitement. And can you get an angle
12.
on the colour to move that difficult red? Yep, that looks pretty good. Needs
30.
to pull up. Got the perfect angle now to cannon the red out. This could be the key to winning the frame. I don't think it passes the yellow.
20.
So plenty more tension left in this frame.
Robertson 20. Thank you, Jet.
Though Neil leads by 18 points, that's immaterial at the moment, the way the balls are situated. One mistake and he'll be there for the taking. got to avoid three colours there with the red and with the white. That's a little beauty he's played there. One of the earlier frames, they were on the blue for, oh, I don't know, must have been over 10 minutes, and there was some fantastic safety play. Have to be very precise with this two cushion escape. No problem hitting it, but couldn't have played that much better.
Judd's just got to be careful the red doesn't hit the yellow here. Kind of cushion first on the left hand side. Just brushed the yellow, and that's okay.